Wow. That's really good. That is really good. It's so moist and cream, like it's like creamy and soft and moist, and it goes really well with the icing. Hola my Will Teas, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with T and Lee. Well, actually on this episode you will be baking with T and Lee. So today we will be making a homemade chocolate cake. Now this is my first time making this recipe. I went online and I went searching for different recipes for chocolate cake, and I tried to come up with the simplest one I can find. I've been wanting to make this for a very long time, so we are going to make it together if you are interested in learning how to make a chocolate cake. Now if you mess up, don't worry, because it's my first time too. I might mess up too, but hopefully it'll turn out good. Alrighty, let me show you what you need for the ingredients. Okay, so what you would need here is all-purpose flour, granulated sugar, eggs, unsweetened cocoa powder, salt, baking soda, vanilla extract, baking powder, coffee, instant coffee, buttermilk, vegetable oil, and I like to use Baker's Joy to grease my pans with. And then you need a bowl to mix it all in. You'd also need some hot water or boiling water. Okay, so I would be looking down referring to the recipe because again, this is my first time making it and I want to make sure I make it right. So first we would need 1 3/4 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, whatever brand you like. Then 2 cups of sugar. Gonna add that in. 3/4 cups of cocoa powder. Okay, so we're going to be doing 2 teaspoons of the baking soda, 1 teaspoon of the baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we're going to whisk the dry ingredients together. Okay, so now we're going to add our 2 eggs. So next we're going to have 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, a cup of buttermilk, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. That's 1. That's, whoops, that's 1/2. Okay, so next we're gonna take some boiling water. We're gonna mix it with about 1 tablespoon of instant coffee. Okay, we're gonna take about a full cup of boiling water and then a tablespoon of instant coffee. Just gonna mix that up. Okay, so before we add the boiling water with the coffee in it, we're gonna go ahead and blend this for a little bit. So we're blending this on like a lower speed. Get that all together. And you want to mix this before you add the coffee, because if you do it before, you may cook your eggs. Okay, so now we're going to add the coffee. Now this is going to thin your batter out because it's so hot, but that's normal. So next I'm going to take my Baker's Joy and I'm going to grease my cooking baking pans here. I have some, I think these are 8-inch round baking pans. I already had them. They were sitting up on top of my refrigerator and I was like, yeah, I can use them now. So let's go ahead and spray that. This is an easier alternative than butter and flour. It works better and it comes right out. Alright, So now I'm going to add the mixture to the pans. Okay, so now we're gonna put the two cake pans in the oven on 350 degrees, and we're gonna leave them in there for about 30 to 35 minutes, or when you insert a toothpick, it comes out clean. I'm gonna do that now, and then we'll be right back. Okay, so now that the cake is in the oven baking, we're gonna go ahead and make the frosting. So what we need is a stick and 3/4 of a stick of butter. You want it to be room temperature. And that was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tablespoons. So a stick and 5 tablespoons. If you don't know what 3/4 is. Okay, so we're gonna also need a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder. So let's get the cocoa powder back out. This is a 1/2 cup. This is gonna also be a chocolate icing, if I didn't mention that before. Add that in there. Okay, next we're going to need about 5 cups of powdered sugar. But before that, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. About that much. And then you're going to add about 3/4 tablespoons of milk, but I'm going to add that slowly as I add the powdered sugar. So let's do a cup at a time. Then we're going to add a little bit of milk at a time. Get your hand mixer ready. This is baking, so it gets messy. So where's something you don't mind getting messy? And of course, we're going to start at a low speed. So this is what your frosting should look like when it's done. Should be nice and fluffy and chocolatey. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to sit it to the side and wait for our cake to get done. We're going to cool our cake, and then we're going to apply the frosting. So I'll see you back in a minute. Okay, so the cakes are out of the oven, all nice and cool. I went ahead and took them out of the pan so they can cool all of the way. And that's what it looks like. So I'm going to begin to ice the cakes. So here's my frosting here. Gonna put a layer in the middle. Spread that around. Okay, I went ahead and put that top piece on top. It did stick a little bit to my plate when it was cooling, but that's fine. No problem. Let's get some more icing. Put it on top. So we basically just want to cover the whole cake up with icing. This icing is really good, by the way. It's a definitely must to try. Just going to continue on until the whole cake is covered. So now that you have your frosting all over the cake, I want to kind of decorate it a little bit. I mean, I'm not a professional, but I mean, you don't need to be. It's your cake. So I'm going to use one of these stencils here that I have, and I'm going to use this one, which I have already in a bag. I put it in a Ziploc freezer bag. I cut a little small slit at the bottom, and then I stuck the stencil at the bottom. So y'all pray with me that this goes well. You can just add alrighty, we're gonna go around the top. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to do it. I don't know, y'all. Just make it cute. Or what you feel is pretty. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect. Something like that. With a little something. I'm just making up something, y'all. And then we can do one like this. They have many different stencils, so you could use whichever one you want. And I found these stencils in Publix. Pretty sure Walmart has them too. There you go. Something I made up. Well, here's the finished product, guys. The icing did melt a little bit. My cake was cool enough, so I thought, but it still melted. So, but that's okay. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, and we can mess up together. But the most important part is, how does it taste? So, let's get into this. Wow. That's really good. That is really good. It's so moist and creamy, like it's like creamy and soft and moist, and it goes really well with the icing. I'm gonna have to give myself a pat on the back for that. First time making it. It's good. It's really good. Wow. Delicious. I need a glass of milk. That is great. I will definitely recommend you try this one as well. I will be honest, if I did not like it, I'm going to tell you guys, because if you make it and you don't like it, you're going to come back and say that was gross. So this is really good. If you like chocolate cake, if you like cake period, I would definitely give this recipe a try. I looked it up online. You guys can follow this video step by step, and you'll have the same moist chocolate cake. I really, really like it. Alrighty, thank you so much for joining us again on Baking with Will and T. I'm sorry, with T and Lee. If you like more recipes like this, if you want me to bake more things, make sure you leave that in a comment below. Leave some suggestions of what you would like to see me cook or bake, and I'll make sure I accommodate you. Thank you so much for joining us. Please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. If you want to be notified every time we post a video, don't forget to hit that notification bell. It will alert your phone every time we post a video, okay? So again, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you. Hi to all of our new subscribers. Thank you for joining the Will T fam. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us again. Did I say it like 10,000 times? And we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless you. Happy cooking. Peace.